Compete on the world stage at the Olympic Games in Sydney, Australia. The Olympic trials are next on TSN.
The JVC Women's Artistic Gymnastics Trials on TSN. Brought to you by Swiffer, the better way to get it done.
Hello, everyone. I'm Teresa Cruz, along with Carol Angela Orchard, a former gymnast, and now as a coach has produced many Olympic athletes over the year. Glad to have you along.
This is the place to be today.
Well, it certainly is. What an exciting day it promises to be as all these athletes put it all on the line and try to secure a berth to go to Sydney Olympics in September. Now, let's explain how this all works.
Well, yesterday was worth 60%. Today is worth 40%. The Olympic coach is trying to simulate exactly what's going to be happening in Sydney. So the athletes today will begin on bars, proceed to balance beam, floor exercise, and finish on vault, because that's what's happening at the Olympic Games.
Well, out of 11 competitors, only 6 will be chosen, plus 2 alternates. So after day one, we're 60%. Kate Richardson's out on top.
The results were very interesting yesterday. Kate Richardson is a mile ahead right now, showed tremendous consistency. But after Kate, it is jam-packed, virtually a tie between Yvonne Tusek, Julie Beaulieu, and Michelle Conway. Only .02 separates 3 athletes from second place. That's a blink of an eye.
So day 2, here we are, worth 40%. What can you say about Kate Richardson? I mean, she was supposed to be the future, and now she's shown she has arrived.
Oh, absolutely has arrived. A lot of us have known for a long time about her talent, about her potential. But she's fairly young, fairly inexperienced, and has shown errors in the past due to pressure. But yesterday, absolutely flew through 4 incredible, solid events. Now, coming in today, that's a lot of pressure on her shoulders to be number 1, but I think she can handle it.
And how about the veteran, Yvonne Tusek?
Yvonne is someone that Canada needs desperately on their team. So she will show tremendous attitude today. Yvonne is not one to give up, never has, and I expect a good showing from her.
And Julie Beaulieu, she is in there as well, also tied for second.
Julie Beaulieu has a tremendous cheering audience here. They all came in a bus from Quebec, so a lot of support, and she's a very talented athlete.
Now, Michelle Conway, who is also in there as well and is trying hard for an Olympic berth, sprained her ankle 3 weeks ago. We had a chance to talk to her coach, Brian McVeigh, about how injuries might be a concern today.
The injury itself is not bothering her today, but you have to consider that today represents a culmination of a training program. So we've been somewhat having to modify that training, both volume and intensity, in order to make sure that it doesn't become a long-term problem as we head towards Sydney. So from that point of view, it has hindered, but I can't say on the day of the competition, you know, I mean, she can deal with that kind of pain.
Michelle Conway will now put her pain aside. There's an Olympic berth on the line. The JVC Women's Artistic Gymnastic Trials on TSN will return right after this. Canada's Olympic team will be chosen. There's a sellout crowd here to take in the action. Teresa Cruz along with Carol Angela Orchard with you today, and a large contingent from Quebec.
I think the Quebec athletes were a little worried about the competition being in Ontario, but they have a strong crowd here.
Emily Fournier from Iberville, Quebec, is first up on the uneven bars.
And she has prepared them exactly to her own specification. Lots of chalk, lots of water to get the grip she wants. Now, Teresa, results are very important today from a score point of view, but also from an appearance point of view. The national coach, Andre Rodionenko, is watching everything, and every athlete is trying to impress him today. He will make the final selection with regard to the Olympic team. And Emily Fournier is putting on a very good performance. Just the dismount to go, a double layout, an excellent start under a lot of pressure.
She was a 9.45 on day 1. We'll have to see now what they will give her after this day 2 that counts for 40% of the overall total.
Oh, certainly. Coach Claude Pelletier is delighted. 1 down, 3 to go. A great view of her dismount. Watch her hands. She has to let go at precisely the right moment in order to rotate 2 saltos before coming back to the ground.
So we're off to a great start here for Emily Fournier. Her combined total, 9.43. She's off and running, and so are we. Now a look at the veteran, Yvonne Tusek, on the uneven bars. what she has done for gymnastics. She is the leader.
Yvonne is the icon of Canadian gymnastics, and she has a huge bar routine. The biggest in the country, the only one with 3 major release moves, and she gets down to business very early. Endo, Healy, there's the first one. Beautiful, Jaeger.
And what a set of coaches she has with Elvira Sadi and Vladimir Kondratchenko.
Olympic in proportion. They know exactly how to work Yvonne the right way. She's always extremely well prepared for every competition. A lot of experience, a lot of confidence, and a great double layout dismount.
She's 20 years old and she's from Cambridge, Ontario. Yvonne Tusek, second after the first day of competition, and she has got her eye on an Olympic berth. And her combined total, 9-6. Yvonne Tusek showing why she is considered an icon in competition. Now on to Michelle Conway. Michelle, a protege of yours, Carol Angela.
And for years, this has not been her favorite event. She is not comfortable doing the big release moves that we just saw from Yvonne. So she's had to be extremely creative, work the rules to her advantage, include some new elements like this, an eagle giant, where your hands are turned around the other way. Judges see it as very valuable. So she has a full 10-point start value. And this is how she gets it. Instead of winding up giant, she'll twist hers right into her dismount Arabian double front.
And you can hear the crowd. She's in her home gym. She trains at Sports Seneca.
Well, this is a routine that really works for her. Watch her hand. She'll turn it. Now, both hands are stretched backwards as she circles the bar in her giant. Extremely difficult to do, requires a lot of strength and flexibility. But here's the best part of the routine. Rather than winding up in plain giant, she twists it, immediately heads into the Arabian double front, and the judges award her with bonus points for that combination.
Trying to put that ankle injury behind her. Let's see what her score is going to be. A combined total of 9.53. So she, too, is off and running here at the JVC Women's Artistic Gymnastic Trials here on TSN. Now a look at Julie Beaulieu from Quebec. And she likes where she's sitting going into this final day of competition.
Finished second, tied with Yvonne yesterday. Have been very helpful for my mind. I don't know, because I didn't know what was to happen because of my injury. So I'm very happy that I did good. So today it will be easier because I know I can do it.
Julie Beaulieu with a 9.65 after the first day of competition, as we mentioned. First day of competition worth 60%. And the remaining 40% she's going for today.
And Teresa, she has every right to be totally confident. She's had a phenomenally successful year. I will never forget the look on her face when she nailed the dismount at the Pan American Games. She knew she had won the medal. Now you see her coach, Claude Peltier, he steps in. He is allowed to assist her on any release move without touching her.
Julie, as well, is operating here with an ankle injury, getting ready for her dismount.
But this is her specialty. Look how she nails it down. She can see it visually in the air, anticipates the ground, and that's exactly what the judges want to see.
Hugs and kisses. She did well. Big, huge smile on her face.
Now, these are the giants we talked about. She'll do 2 of them to generate the speed and momentum that she wants. Stretches it out. This is why Canada is ranked 5th in the world on bars. It's going to be a strong team.
And we'll see what her combined score is. And the judges liked it too. A 9.67. Well done for Julie Beaulieu, tied for second going into this very important